Ready? You ready, Mike Lou?
Is this yours?
No, that's for you.
Oh, cool. Thirsty.
Oi! And it is Atlanta Falcons week, where the logo is actually an F if you look at it. Believe it or not. It's crazy. Never seen it before.
Jesus, already.
And we are coming off a win.
Yeah, nice long week.
In hate week.
Yeah.
And during that week we enjoyed. We also were scared for our lives. Miles Garrett getting an accident.
Yeah. But we got the dub, though, against the Steelers. That was cool.
Well, pray for Miles.
Pray for Miles.
Pray for Miles.
Hopefully we have him this week. If not, next
If
week.
he plays Sunday, he's an animal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That dude, that'd be crazy. He got like a strange shoulder and bicep or something like that. But, I mean, hopefully...
He's still having 3 sacks on Sunday.
That'd be crazy. But yeah, beat the Steelers. Looked good. Jacoby looked good. Offense looked good. Defense was good. Okay. Against the run, they were really good. Let some balls slip down the field. But other than that, pretty solid. What do you think?
It was a pretty good game plan going into this this game, where I honestly thought that they were not going to have any run game, but you know what? They didn't give up on it when it wasn't successful, and you see what happens.
Yeah. Just keep doing it.
You just keep doing it until the defense gets tired, and then it'll open up different elements of your offense. Once again, Amari Cooper.
What'd I say?
Great game. I think it was like 9 catches for 109 and a touchdown.
Yeah, back-to-back 100-yard games, so good.
Yeah. Definitely him and Brissett has found a connection. Hopefully they can find it again this week. Nick Chubb, another outstanding performance, and deservedly so, takes...
Number one leading
in rushing yards
yeah.
and rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, tied.
Oh, yeah?
I think he's tied.
Probably with Lamar.
Yeah, I think Lamar's like 5th on the list of like top rushers.
Running back, quarterback. Same
it's a weird list though so far, dude. It's like Nick Chubb, Saquon, Cordell Patterson's top 3.
Well, we'll get into Cordell in a little bit.
Yeah.
Defense. I'm not.
Still some issues.
Definitely still some issues. I'm not completely sold. They were down a pass rusher. You lost 2 linebackers.
Hey, man, you might be down 2 this week, so we might be down 2 pass rushers, so...
Yeah. Might be down 2 pass rushers and 2 linebackers.
Yes. Anthony Walker's out for the year. JOK is hurt with a groin injury, so hopefully we have him.
Yeah.
He's still not ruled out. I mean, either it's Miles or Clowney for this week, but...
As of right now, nobody's been ruled out.
Yeah.
So that might be a tomorrow kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll see. As of today, Thursday,
yes.
So, I mean, who knows? It's usually what happens is things like go down like right after you get done recording, and it's like, oh crap. But if anything goes down in the meantime, I'll just put it over here. But hopefully nothing happens and everyone's okay. But yeah, that's.
I mean, I would only say a couple things to just round up that game. Obviously, big win, especially against a division rival, the rival. I would say on the behalf of the Steelers, I really think Matt Canada really took the game away from them. I think if they would have kept the ball on the ground, they definitely would have beat us up pretty good.
Yeah.
It seemed to me as if Mitch Trubisky was limited on what he can do. I don't know. It feels like they could have opened it up on us, but they kept on. Like the play calling was just holding them back.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of nice plays downfield, and then they just kind of stopped that. And then they would just do weird plays, and they didn't really utilize Najee, as they really haven't utilized him last year, even though they just gave him an absolute ton of carries. They're not, like, doing what's best for him and how he plays, and I feel like they're doing that with honestly everyone on that team right now. So
yeah. And then, it just seemed like Najee could have definitely had another key game against us, but I don't know, man. They took the ball out of his hands, and I mean, that's not my problem. Yeah. That's the Pittsburgh problem.
Yeah.
So Steelers fans, you're starting to feel our pain from last year.
And I also feel the next go round in game 2, there'll be another quarterback in. So that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. The last game of the year, January 8th. So that's a lot of football left to play. So we might be seeing Pickett by then, but
I definitely think we'll see Pickett by then.
In regards to that conversation, I'm still Team Trubisky. That's just me, though.
I'm Team no one.
Yeah.
When it comes to Steelers.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Fuck
but
'em.
It's for the second conversation, I guess.
But yeah, on to this week.
Oh, I just got one more little thing about the defense.
Okay.
Denzel Ward. Oh, my goodness. I mean, it looked like he was getting cooked on every play. But you know what? I think it was a very, very good battle. That it's hard to see on TV where, okay, your opponent is making 8 catches. Okay, that's fine and dandy, but no one's seeing what happens when the ball's opposite side and that guy's supposed to be the first read.
Also, a lot of man this week.
Yeah, a lot of man coverage. Very, very happy with that.
I want to not always jump on this one, but that is a huge key factor coming up into this week. In my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. Man coverage. Okay, it wasn't like, knock the lights out great, but it was much better than that zone coverage where you get picked apart. But I think Denzel's getting a little bit trashed for this week because Deontay Johnson had 6 catches. But I'm like, he also had 3 big-time plays deflecting the ball. And, there was a couple plays downfield that he knocked away. So I'm going to give Denzel Ward his flowers for this week. Or for this past week.
Yeah.
But on to the Falcons down there in hot Atlanta.
Yeah, you want to hop right back into on our defense into their offense, because I think that's a good segue right there.
Yes.
They got some weapons. Guys.
Yeah.
Some guys that will make some plays that you're gonna be like, okay.
Yeah. This is the fantasy hot spot, I'd say.
Yeah, I feel like also they can make some plays, even with having a substandard quarterback play. Because I think Mariota's a dual threat quarterback, but also you can get away with certain things with having Cordell Patterson and having one of the best tight ends, young tight ends in the league.
That they finally got him the ball.
Kyle
season.
Pitts. So him and Drake London's looking good.
Yeah.
So there's definitely going to be some issues. So if this offense if our defense can't get it together, if one thing isn't working, you're going to have Mariota run the ball. You can have Cordell just run it, or he's a great screen pass guy or dump off guy. Got to watch the center of the field. With Pitts, even he's quick. And so you got to watch the edges, and same thing with Drake London. So there's a lot of things that this team can do that with the defense it's kind of struggling. It makes me very nervous.
Yeah. I feel like this is a trap game. You're on the road. You just got a nice batch of injuries to start this week. This is definitely one of those games you might look past if you're the Browns.
And who always goes and covers the tight ends.
Yeah.
And what are we really weak on right now? And who can you not stack against Kyle Pitts?
Right.
Linebackers.
But it's just the pain to add to this week. I think the big big one to watch is Cordell Patterson.
Yeah.
Last week, I believe he had 10 rushes for 141 yards and a touchdown. I think he's on the same pace as Nick Chubb. He's almost had 100 yards in every game. Mind you, this is a Atlanta offense that has literally been scoring in like boatloads, almost 30 points a game. They're right behind us. Just about every game they've played in has been like a 1-point game, so they're definitely here to play. They run a similar style of offense as the Browns, a lot of play action, a lot of zone run. Kyle Pitts, I don't even think you can call him a tight end.
I don't think so, but they do.
I mean, he's just one of those guys that you can line up outside. He's different than Kelsey too. Kelsey is the only one I could think would be close, but this guy has receiver speed, but is as big as a lineman. So, if they can get him the ball, he's going to be a big time threat against the Browns. And then finally Drake London. This guy is a jump ball threat, deep ball threat. He's got good hands, great size. I think the one way to stop him is to, play man coverage. I think that's the best thing. You don't want to play soft against this guy because he's very physical. So I think the best thing to do is be physical with him.
And I think there's just too many gaps that they can exploit.
Yeah.
With this different pockets around if you play zone, and that's why I think playing a little bit more man. I mean, I think zone definitely has its purpose, but with this offense, there's so many opportunities that they can take advantage of. Especially, I said with the defense, it's kind of having some injuries. You're probably not going to have the best pass rush this week. I mean, Miles is probably not going to play if I was a betting man.
I mean, even if he does play, he's still playing hurt. That's the key thing. Same with Clowney. Even if he plays, he is barely 100%.
And it's an ankle injury, and defensive ends really need their ankles to really bend and twist to get past. So, I don't know. It's a tough one to call. I think it's going to be really tough. I think, points are going to come fast. I feel like we're going to have some of those plays that you're like, crap, And, I think what we need to do, honestly, as an offense, if we want to transition there, is we got to get out to a lead, and we just got to continue.
Yeah. We don't want to play from behind, or at least keep it close.
Yeah, ideally, get up, by 10, and then just keep riding that, and don't let them catch up, But this is also a team that has a pretty rough defense, and it's the Falcons. They blow leads all the time. And it's already happened this year. So, you don't know. Their defense falls apart more often.
They blew a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter. But guess what?
The Browns did too.
Twice.
But, so, when it comes to defenses, man, I don't know. I think we have a better defense, talent-wise, and just overall. So I think that's going to be kind of the key factor when you kind of look at it, because if we could just be consistent on offense like we did last week and just be very consistent and score points on almost every drive, and just really keep doing that and really keep the ball moving and just eat a lot of clock too. Do you see? I mean, we ate so much clock compared to the Steelers. It was ridiculous, and that's just running the ball, giving it to your playmakers. And I think that's what we need to do, and just get that lead and just keep going with that lead and just don't let them come back. And but I mean, it'd be really impressive if we can kind of control Cordell Patterson. But the issue is all of the injuries. Even Taven Bryant is questionable. So a lot of these rotational pieces. So.
Well, you ready? I'm gonna give a royal. I mean, obviously, that's one of the royal donut keys of the game.
Obviously.
I think it's control the run game. That's one thing of the Browns' defense. It has been pretty solid.
Pretty good.
They haven't given up. They haven't allowed any running backs this season to have more than 60 yards rushing. They limited Najee Harris to less than 3.9 yards a carry.
Which is crazy.
And I think that's been the average on the season against our opponents. So I think that's going to be big, stopping Cordell, the heartbeat of that offense.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of like the same thing as us. If you can stop the run and force Mariota to pass the ball, you put yourself in a very good situation to win.
Leave it up to Mariota is kind of a tough thing to do. You don't really want that when you're a Falcon.
Yeah, you want to force Mariota into being the gunslinger. As far as a passer, I think Brissett has the edge over Mariota. But, as far as skill goes, as an athlete, I go with Mariota. But I think that we have the better quarterback in this situation. I think, and then just to run off that, our second role, Donut's key to the game, is to keep the ball on the ground. Once again, don't fix what's not broken. You've seen what it's done the first 3 games, even the second one that we lost, but it was like we had that game wrapped up. You kept the ball on the ground, you controlled the game. The more you have the ball in your hands, the less your defense has to be on the field to give up points. So, if you take up 20 minutes and kick a field goal, you take up a whole a quarter and kick a field goal. I don't care who you are, that's a win. I mean, obviously you should score a touchdown, but if you're up, a touchdown and you kick a field goal and run out a whole quarter, that's a win.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's what's needed in this game. I really do, because it's going to be some issues. I think there's going to be a lot of issues.
Like I said to start the season, none of these are going to be pretty.
Yeah.
None of these are going to be pretty.
Yeah, they're not going to be pretty. And so the defense is pretty banged up, and they weren't playing great beforehand. So points might come pretty quick. The offense really needs to do its job, be consistent. It has to chew the clock up and just run the ball, because I think the more you run this ball, that fourth quarter, I'm telling you, that Falcons defense is going to look real ugly.
Yeah.
Really ugly. So just keep doing that. And I think that's the key. And obviously, if I'm going to throw one of these bad boys out there.
Oh, we got a cowtail.
Cowtail comments. Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb again?
Nick Chubb. I mean, it has to be Nick Chubb. He's got to have another great game. And I think he will. I think he's going to have a really good game. And I think that's the big key, obviously, until Deshaun comes back, is just run the ball. And even when Deshaun comes back, run the ball. But, these games are very much focused on Nick Chubb. And that's what we need.
Yeah.
Got one?
I got my cocktail. I've been thinking about it the whole time.
Let's do it.
Martin Emerson Jr.
Okay.
He's been really good through 3 weeks already. Big size, man coverage.
Oh, he's kind of perfect.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be perfect. I would say going up against Drake London.
Okay, yeah, because London's tall.
Yeah, he's going to be a good size matchup against Drake London. Size for size there. Or, hell, you could probably even try to give him a fit with Pitts. But I really feel like getting after Mariota and exposing him is all going to happen. They've had a hard time getting the ball to Kyle Pitts this season. This past week against Seattle was the only time. But you know why? It's because Seattle was under his off-zone coverage. So you got to be aggressive in this game, and I think you be aggressive is by playing man once again and sticking with your guns. You drafted all these corners that are all excellent in man coverage, so I don't know. Why wouldn't you play to their strengths? Mm-hmm. And you got a lot of weapons. Go out there on Sunday and say, we got the better guys.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. And honestly, the way Emerson's playing, I'm willing to put him out there against Drake London. This isn't Devontae Adams. This isn't A.J. Brown or D.K. Metcalf.
It's a 22-year-old guy that was just drafted.
Right. I mean, I'm not downplaying him at all.
Yeah.
but you should not be scared of this guy who is also a rookie. You should, you should want to take it to him. Final cocktail.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this one, man, and I can give it to people like Njoku, which I think is going to have a big game. I think Amari's going to have a good game. Kareem Hunt's going to be really big. But I'm going to go back to defense. And I think this is going to be kind of a big part of this defense that's going to be just needed. And so with all the pockets that they can exploit, I think real big is that we need some type of safety. And I think John Johnson's going to really need to step up and just really help out these guys because there's going to be some pockets in there that he's going to need a cover and really hold these guys. And I think John Johnson's that guy. And I think we're going to need a lot from him this week.
Yeah, we need some turnovers.
We need some guys that would... if we do start playing some zone and, you see Cordell or you see Pitts or London do any type of anything, man, like, he needs to get there and stop them. We can't have any big plays. If you get some big plays, that's how our advantage, our lead, or even we're eyeing a comeback, whatever the scenario may be, like, we can't have those happen, those big plays, those things that just ruin us. That has literally happened in every game this year, except the Steelers game, outside of that one catch Johnson had on the corner. But, but like, that's what I need. That's what I'm looking for. It's no big plays, communication, and John Johnson. Okay,
yeah,
and also if I was gonna a half a cocktail goes to Jacob Phillips because he has the green dot and communication. And for a dude that needs to step the fuck up, it's Jacob Phillips. So half a cocktail, Jacob Phillips.
I'll say this: he definitely stepped up in the previous week.
He did, but
he was huge.
Yeah.
I should have mentioned this earlier, but he came out for Anthony Walker, had a big time sack, and I think he probably had the biggest play of the game. It was on the final drive for Pittsburgh. It was like third down and like short. And I'm almost sure that if they would have got the first down, they were going to score. They were right there. But they threw a little pass into the flat to Freiermuth. And, if he would have caught it, that's a first down. But Phillips made a diving play to just barely get off his fingertips and knock it away. And honestly, I think that was the biggest play of the game. If not it's probably the most underrated. No one really...
Yeah. And having the play, call go through him, and we've had some miscommunication issues, and people not on the same page, like, his role's huge. Huge. So, yeah, I think this defense, a lot of weight on his shoulders this week. They need to step up. They need to show... why we have them there, why we, put so much money, into that defense. So we have so much talent. Let's show it, guys. So that's my opinion on it. I guess we're going to get some predictions here.
Hey,
do you want to do some predictions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it, man. It's you.
All right. So we're -1.5 for Sunday. So they give you a point, and this is going to be a big game here for the Browns because you got a tough road ahead of you after this one.
Yeah, it's rough.
Not saying that this one's not already tough enough, but you got the Chargers the following week at home. Granted, they're playing with a hurt Justin Herbert and no Joey Bosa. The week after, you play the New England Patriots. Who will probably be without Mac Jones, but that's still a very tough game.
Quarterback,
Brian Hoyer.
Interesting.
Let that soak and marinate.
Got it.
You got 2 weeks to get ready for that one.
Okay. All right.
So, and then you go on the road to Baltimore, and then a home game against Cincinnati. So, you got a rough stretch of games.
What? Yeah.
So, you really got to pull this one out at all cost. You would have gave yourself a little more room for air if you would have won the Jets game, but you're not at that point.
Yeah.
So I think you have to, do everything like run the ball, keep the ball in the Atlanta offense. That's their strength of their team is their offense. You want to keep the ball away from AJ Terrell. So I'm going to say this is going to be a shootout. It's going to be a 1-point game as of like all the Atlanta games have been this year. I feel like unless the Browns defense shows up, this is going to be another one of those games. So I'm going to say it's going to be like 27-26 Browns.
Okay, there we go. You're good. Yeah, I think it's going to be an ugly game, man. I really do. I think it'll be an ugly game. I think I'm going to have that anxiety-filled second half where my heart is just pounding and I'm just angry. But I do think we're going to pull this one off, even though it's going to be a really annoying win. I think we're going to win this 27-24 Browns.
Cade York?
So, yeah. So
I'm going to check and see what Bleacher Report's got to say.
Yeah, that's my prediction. I think we're going to win this one because we need to win this one, and I think our defense, especially our secondary, is really going to...
Guess what Bleacher Report predicted?
Huh.
Just take a guess.
27-24?
Yeah. Hell
yeah, there we go. But like I think we're going to step up and, I've seen some plays by Mariota that, like I've watched 2 of the games this year from them. He doesn't do past 15 yards, really weak arm. Really weak arm. And I think our defense, if he just kind of throws it up there and it's a couple underthrows, not the most accurate passer, I think we can do something with that. I think our secondary can really step up in a good way and kind of help us win this game. So, yeah, Browns are going to win. That's my prediction. And Bleacher Report's prediction, I guess. So, cool. Yeah.
Well, that concludes week 4.
Week 4.
Of the Muni Lot Report. Holy shit.
Week 4. I know.
Week 4.
Damn. All right.
It just seemed like we were sitting out on the back porch talking about the draft.
I know.
And now we're here.
Jeez. Damn. All right.
Yeah. We're already like a quarter away through the season.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy. But thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Till next week.
Let's get that dub.
Let's get it.
Jacoby homies.
I've never heard that one before, but...
Go Browns.
Go Browns. Cool.
F the Falcons in the A.